Hi, this is Queen. This is Prophetess. I am coming to you today on what? This Talk Back Tuesday. Oh, how we love our Talk Back Tuesdays. What is the topic that I have for you today? Relationships. And we were doing our part 1, part 2, and today on this Talk Back Tuesday is part 3 of relationships. Part 3 is be mindful of your spouse. Because it's about know your spouse. Be mindful of your spouse. What do you mean by be mindful of my spouse? Be mindful of who your spouse is. Be mindful of what your spouse is doing. Be mindful of what your spouse is saying. Because how can you walk together and agree if you're not mindful of anything about them? You have to be mindful. You even have to be so mindful that you even know, like, hold up, I don't drink no sugar in my coffee. I just like my coffee like that. Just give me a little bit of creamer and I'm going to call it a day. So you have to be very mindful. Be mindful of when your spouse goes to work. Be mindful of when your spouse comes home. Be mindful if your spouse had a career that they were trying to get a career in because they were going to school. Be mindful of what your spouse likes. Be mindful of what your spouse dislikes. Be very mindful of things about your spouse that, you know, it should be things about your spouse that you know and that nobody else should know. Because guess what? Y'all are together. Y'all come into agreement together, and it's 1 + 1 = 2. It should not be a 3 or 4 or 5 and a 6. But today I'm just telling you to be mindful of your spouse. Know your spouse. And if you don't know your spouse, again, that's when that conversation came in, right? That communication came in. Don't have a communication barrier. Don't have a conversation block. We should not have a block in anything when it comes to your spouse, but you should be able to come to your spouse and talk to them about anything. That's why I'm telling you, be mindful of your spouse today on what? This Talk Back Tuesday. So that's what I mean when I say know your spouse. I'm so glad that you tuned in with me. If you have anything that you want to jot down, if you have anything that you want me to elaborate on next time, please feel free to do so. Again, this is Queen. This is Prophetess. Enjoy your day.